What is up, lads? How's it going? And welcome back to the channel. Game week 4 has just came to conclusion there with Spurs beating Forest 2-0. And with the quick turnaround to game week 5, with games during the week, it's time to start planning ahead. In this video, we'll be looking at how I fared out in game week 4, and we'll also be looking at my transfer plans and team selection ahead of game week 5. Let's get into the video. Where else to start the game week review than at Anfield with Liverpool's 9-0 thumping against Bournemouth. My faith in Robertson paid off with him getting an assist, and Trent came away with a monster 17-point return. With Liverpool scoring 9, I still can't get over how Salah didn't return. His blank means it was my first captain fail of the year, but with so many managers giving him the armband, I can't be too disappointed. Salah's blank at the weekend will go down in the FPL history books, and let's hope he's a shooting boots on against Newcastle midweek. Moving on to the Etihad, it was another disappointing return from Cancelo, with City losing their clean sheet to a Palace team with no Zaha. With Forest up next though, he's an easy keep, but one to keep an eye on, especially with Champions League football around the corner. Up top, HAALAND made it 4 returns from 4 with 3 goals and a monster 17-point haul. You'd have to feel sorry for the managers who went without him after believing in Bundesliga tax. After a frustrating look at the Chelsea team sheet at 2 PM to see Reece James at right centre back, thankfully he got an assist and 2 bonus points to bring a 7-point return. Chelsea have only kept 1 clean sheet this season, but James has scored a massive 22 points over these 4 games. If he's not in your team, get him in. With Fofana signing for Chelsea before the weekend, we should see James move out to right wing back, where we'll hopefully see more attacking returns. On to the Amex, and a big shout out to Pascal Gross, who scored and came away with an 11-point return. I spoke a lot about him as a differential pick, and thankfully the faith in him paid off. Watching the highlights, he easily could have got another 2 assists, so hopefully he continues this form midweek. I wasn't expecting much from Rodrigo, but hoping he can return midweek against an out-of-form Everton. With all my players playing on Saturday, our final game was at the Emirates, but it turned out to be a disappointing one. Gabriel was at fault to ruin my Ramsdale clean sheet, and Jesus picked up a yellow, while Martinelli wasn't his usual self in front of goal. They have a handier fixture midweek against an out-of-form Aston Villa, so I'll be hoping for an Arsenal clean sheet and attacking returns for my Brazilian duo. All of these returns gave me a score of 75 points for game week 4, and it gave me a massive green arrow, and I'm now sitting around 700k overall. It was great to see the green arrow, especially with a captaincy blank, but let's start looking ahead towards game week 5 and see what we're doing. Before we get into our transfer plans, let's have a look at a few tips I'll be recommending ahead of game week 5. HAALAND is definitely a standout captaincy pick, but Pep's comments on resting is definitely worrying. I'm not telling you not to captain Haaland, do so with caution. Leeds, Arsenal, City and Liverpool all have favourable fixtures, so target these players if you're making transfers in. If you're looking for a spot in your midfield, Rodrigo and Gundogan are definitely the top picks. Keep in mind that there definitely will be rotation with the quick turnaround to game week 5, so make sure you have at least 1 to 2 playing players on your bench. Lastly, don't forget that the deadline is at 6 PM on Tuesday. With my game week 5 tips out of the way, let's move on and have a look at our transfer plans for midweek. With 2 free transfers in the back pocket, I'm very tempted to move Ramsdale on for Sanchez, but the only downside is that Ramsdale has a nice fixture against Villa, but it would save me some cash making the move. Making that move would then allow me to bring in Fofana, priced at 4.4 million for Neco Williams. I know Chelsea have only kept 1 clean sheet this season, but they have nice upcoming fixtures that could see some potential clean sheets. As mentioned earlier, I'm not mad on getting rid of Ramsdale with the home fixture against Villa, so for now, I won't be making any moves ahead of game week 5. To save a bit of cash, I could also change Ward or Archer to a cheap goalkeeper or striker to save me 0.1 of a million. For now, my lineup is as follows. Ramsdale in goals, Trent, Robbo, Cancelo and James in defence, Salah, Gross, Martinelli and Rodrigo in midfield, and Jesus and HAALAND up top. With the game week 5 lineup out of the way, let's move on and have a look at who our candidates for the armband are. With a home fixture for City against Nottingham Forest, Erling Haaland is definitely a standout captaincy pick this week. He hasn't blanked yet this season, returning in all 4 games for City, and in these 4 games he's got 2 double-digit hauls, 6 goals, and he's got the added bonus of being on penalties. The only thing giving me cold feet about giving him the armband is Pep's comments, so he's a slight rotation risk ahead of the game midweek. If I knew he was definitely going to start, I'd definitely be giving him the armband, but Pep's comments raises the question whether to give him the armband or not. Next up for the armband is Mohamed Salah with a home fixture at Anfield against Newcastle. He's already got 2 goals and 1 assist this season, leading to 1 double-digit haul, and with the added bonus on penalties, he'll be looking to return against Newcastle after a poor return against Bournemouth at the weekend. With big doubts about Haaland's minutes midweek and Salah being the safe pick with minutes, I think I'll be leaning towards Mo for the armband. As my transfers currently aren't confirmed, I'm not locked in on my team. Don't forget to follow me at FPL Éire on Twitter and Instagram, where I'll post my locked in team before the deadline. I'll see you Tuesday evening for the Game Week 5 deadline stream on YouTube. There you have it. There's my Game Week 5 team. Best of luck for Game Week 5, and I'll see you in the next video.